Hello and welcome to Golf for Beginners podcast. If you are new to the game of golf and you want to learn how to do the basic setup for an iron shot, well, I'm gonna give you all the details right here.
Welcome to the Golf for Beginners podcast, your essential guide to mastering golf fundamentals. Whether you're a beginner golfer or a seasoned player looking to refine the basics, join us as we teach you everything about the fundamentals of swing technique, course management, equipment, rules, and how to practice. Today's host is none other than the award-winning PGA golf instructor Nikolaj Setti Engström, CEO of the biggest golf teaching business in Denmark and founder of Golf for Beginners Academy.
Hello and welcome to today's episode. My name is Nikolaj. I'm a PGA golf instructor from Denmark, and I'm gonna teach you how to do the basic setup for an iron shot. And I think we just get started right away. So we start from the ground up. So let's start with the feet. If we do a basic iron shot and we are talking, let's say we talk around a 7 iron, so that would be pretty normal for a beginner to start practicing with a 7 iron. We would like to see your feet being around shoulder width distance between each other. We would also like to see that the toes are pointing a bit outwards, so you basically rotate your feet a little bit outwards. Why do you do that? Well, we do that because we need rotation in the hips. And we want if you're a right-handed player, we want the right foot to be turned out a little bit. Then we want the left foot to be turned out even more. The left foot can be 30-40 degrees turned out in the setup. And we really want that because in the downswing, we want to move our hips to the side. We want to put a lot of weight on the left leg, but we also want to rotate the hips around the left leg. And those movements are going to be really tricky if your toes are pointing straight out. That's why we need to rotate those toes out a bit in the setup. Then we move further up. We also want the knees to be slightly bent in the setup. That's going to give you a more dynamic position where you can rotate the hips. And then we want you to bend your upper body forward, and you do the bend in your hips. Okay, so now we have feet shoulder width distance between each other. We have the toes pointing out a bit, especially the left toe pointing up. We have bent knees, and we are bent forward in the hips. Let's move further up along the body. Let's move up to the back. So the lower part of the back should be pretty straight when we do the setup. But the top part of your back, that should actually be very relaxed and a little bit rounded actually. And a lot of beginners, they get this one wrong. They think the whole back should be completely straight, but that is not the case. The upper back should actually be rounded. That allows your shoulders to hang more freely down from the body, and also your arms to have like a free range of motion. Instead of if you pull your shoulders blade back in order to get this super straight back, that is not a very dynamic position. So make sure you're relaxed in that upper part of your back. Then your arms, they should hang very freely down from your body. They shouldn't be like pointing in towards your legs, or they shouldn't be like pointing out in the air or anything. They should be hanging relaxed down from your body. Your neck should be bent slightly forward, but still in a relaxed position that allow you to see the golf ball straight out through your eyes. If you do the straight back, extremely straight neck, then you actually have to look through the bottom part of your eyes to see the golf ball, and that is not what we want. So just relax in the neck, let it bend a little bit forward. That is the correct thing to do. And then you're actually doing pretty good with your whole body now. We just need to talk about the grip. And when you do the grip, that could be a whole episode, but let me give you the basics of the grip as well. So I want you to first, we just say that you are a right-handed player. Most people are right-handed. So if you're left-handed, you have to reverse everything I say. But if you're right-handed, we start with the left hand. That should be on the top, like the highest up on the grip. And make sure you grip that in the fingers, not through the whole hand. That is very important. So where the fingers meet the palm, in that kind of little line, that is where you want the grip to be. And then you close over the hand of the grip, like you would actually imagine as you were hammering or something. You would hold the hammer a little bit towards your fingers. Then we take the right hand And the most important thing for the right hand is that it needs to cover the left thumb. Yep. And then you can do some funky stuff with your right pinky finger. You can put that. You can do what's called an overlap, which means you put the pinky finger over the pointing finger of the left hand. You can also do interlock, where you actually interlock those two fingers. Or you can also go baseball version, where the right hand and the left hand fingers, not the thumbs, but the fingers, they actually don't don't overlap each other. They're just laying right next to each other, as you would hold a baseball bat. But the most important thing for the right hand is that the left thumb is covered by the right hand. And that is the grip. Then we need to figure out where to place the ball relative to your body. And we would like to see the ball being placed right in the middle of your feet. That is very important. And then last thing I want to tell you about is the weight. How you should manage your weight in the setup. We would like to see around 55% of the weight being on your front leg. So that would be the left leg for a right-handed player. And then, of course, 45% on your back leg, so the right leg in the setup. And there you go. Then you're actually standing in a really good position in order to hit a nice golf shot. Just one last thing I want to touch on. Your feet. If you imagine that you take your golf club and you put it down on the ground so the shaft touches both of your toes. Then the golf club that's basically gonna be aiming a certain direction. That would usually be the direction that we would say you would be aiming. Okay, so your whole body would be positioned towards that target where the shaft on the ground is pointing. So if you want to change the aim, you need to rotate your whole body and make sure that, of course, we measure it by the feet, but actually also the hips and the upper body, they should actually also be kind of, on the same line as your feet are. So everything is pretty square at the setup. We don't want like hips and upper body to be rotated in two different directions. That is not going to do anything good. And there you have it. That was the very basic setup for an iron shot. All of these things are actually quite important, so make sure you get them right if you're new to the game of golf. Otherwise, they're probably gonna struggle with certain things afterwards because of a wrong setup. So get those dialed in from the beginning. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I hope you learned some stuff and that you are ready to get out and play and learn more about this wonderful game. Don't forget that you can always jump over to golfforbeginners.academy, the website. There's a bunch of articles and free stuff that's going to help you on your golfing journey. And we also have a nice YouTube channel where you can find a lot of videos about all the basic things you need to know about golf if you're just getting started.
Thank you for tuning in to another insightful episode of the Golf for Beginners podcast. We hope you found valuable tips and inspiration to enhance your golf journey. Remember, whether you're a novice or a seasoned player, there's always room for improvement. For more in-depth resources, tutorials, and a supportive community, head over to our website at golfforbeginners.academy. There, you'll find a wealth of information to elevate your game. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this podcast with your fellow golf enthusiasts. Until next time, keep practicing, keep learning, and enjoy this lovely game.